Thank you very much.
Yeah, and for anybody who was here last month when I performed, this is a foaming pint of Emily Fairweather's original wood brewed nut brown grot. Despite saying Boddington's, it is actually Worthington's. Right. This is I went to see Jethro Tull last Saturday at the Royal Court in Liverpool, and the lead singer is Ian Anderson, and this is called The Strange Story of Ian Anderson and His Amazing Disappearing Flute. Arc away with you. You never play a flute like that. Now, I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Ian Anderson. Maybe if I said Jethro Tull, you'd probably begin to understand more. If I described a balding man with a beard playing a flute, perhaps the image would be etched on memory, and you may know the song Living in the Past. If you fail to recognise all of the above, then there's no need to worry, because I've filled you in on those bare facts you need to know. Anyway, one fine day, Ian, we'll call him Ian, because Jethro Tull will be downright insulting. You see, as leader of the band, Ian had various people coming up to him and prodding his chest with a moist stubby finger and saying, "You're him, aren't you?" To which Ian would reply, "I am him," or "I am he." And they'd say, "You're Jethro Tull." To which Ian would then reply, in true Peter Glaze style, "Doe." Of course, those who didn't see Crackerjack and were born past 1979 would recognise Doe as belonging to Homer Simpson. Never mind. Anyway, one fine morning, Ian decides to go for a walk. He decided to go for a walk in the woods. And whilst in the woods, he produced his flute and proceeded to play a tune. For some reason unapparent, which will become apparent, he played the classic Beatles song, Michelle. It was at this precise moment, I told you it would become apparent, didn't I? That a girl called Michelle appeared, who took great interest in what he was playing, what she would do. The song shared a name with her. Well, actually it didn't, because she was acting the part of a girl called Michelle, and this was not actually a real-life situation. Well, it was in Ian's view, but what he didn't know was that he had wandered onto the set of a film, and not just any film either, but the set of American Pie 2. And now I know there's a third part out at a video store somewhere near you, but this whole performance is actually intended to plug it. So when Michelle, played by Alison Hannigan, proceeded to play her own flute, it suddenly dawned on Ian that he had actually stumbled across the earlier film, American Pie 1, and knew the little joke that lay there on him. So he cheekily asked if he could maybe play Alison's flute, aware of where this most musical of instruments had allegedly been instrumental. At this point, one is put in mind of interns, presidents, cigars, mouths, and other orifices and appendages and such like. But as this had never come to pass, because it was only something that had been scripted in the film, Alison could only playfully agree. "Shall I play it for you first?" she asked. To which Ian garnered a wry smile before placing his lips on it and letting out one enormous shrill. Thousands of children suddenly appeared from out the bushes, and rats descended on the nearest river in order to drown. Now, I was just last week or before, I was looking in the Radio Times, and they were saying that there was like 10 sitcoms on UK Gold. Now, the way that the paragraph was written, the word "yes" appeared before Prime Minister, and I thought it meant the group Yes. And because I've got my own opinions on our Prime Minister and what he's been doing to this country or other countries alongside Mr. Bush, this is called Yes, Prime Minister, using the songs of Yes and the album titles of Yes. At the turn of the century, Tony Blair's reputation could not have been better. However, it was a shock to the system for all good people, and you and I, when he took us close to the edge of the apocalypse, which would have found a slap-bang wallop at the heart of the sunrise. This was all thanks to his union with the big generator itself, America, and its relayer of all things bad, the war machine messiah himself, George W. Bush. The two going for the one, with armies whose motto could have been, no opportunity necessary, no experience needed. But not me, because I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. In other words, the rotten tomato, Saddam Hussein, should be punished, due in no small part to the magnification of his crimes. But Mr. Bush and Mr. Blair, because you're from the civilised West, yours is no disgrace. With no room for talk, the drama that then began to unfold left the public suffering from disillusion, and feeling somewhat fragile through being given the long-distance runaround. But in this time of perpetual change, it's more like being on a roundabout. I just want it to be over, because many is the time I have felt like the owner of a lonely heart, as others will put up with what seems like an almost daily ritual of wondrous stories from Mr. Blair and tales from topographic oceans on Mars, courtesy of Mr. Bush, as they can see clear days ahead, as if they are up the ladder and I am down the snake. Looking around, I feel that love will find a way to lift me up, but until I find myself in the presence of such a thing, I will have to open your eyes to there being some changes needed for future times. Then and only then could you say, we have heaven. Indeed a case of time and a word. But hey, if I'm wrong, don't shoot me, because I'm only the messenger. Oh no, you're not.
John Lennon.
Oh no, you're not.
Oh no, you're not. The Yes album. Oh yes, I am.